Hello, you must be Nell.
I am.
Hi, Nell. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good start.
Thank you for coming.
Tom,
Mr. Holmes, how are you?
pleasure to meet you.
That's our pleasure.
Hey, I'll get you to come outside if you don't mind.
Sure.
This is a beautiful neighborhood. Nel and Tom and their 2 kids have been living in this neighborhood for about 10 years. Very mature neighborhood, and all of a sudden feeling the pressure because of 2 big houses that were custom built right beside them, almost sandwiching them in. Every once in a while, I get called in to be the referee. I mean, think about it. There's 2 houses side by side. One's a huge, huge custom home. Problems start to arise.
I remember the first day that we discovered the flood.
You can see the darkness on the carpet as the waters come in.
I immediately thought of what had to be done and the money that had to be spent. The waterproofing, the gutting, the loss of the basement, the loss of space.
Just to show our first look at what we're going to be ripping up here.
I couldn't stop being emotional. I couldn't stop crying. And my 12-year-old came up to me and put his arms around me and said, "You know, Mom, it's going to be okay."
Water there.
People, either homeowners or developers, are buying up bungalows and tearing them down and putting up estate homes. These people come in next door, they excavate, they build, they do what they do, and now we have a problem.
Got 2 downspouts at the rear of the house.
I immediately started documenting everything.
2 more downspouts, again, angled right to our property.
There was a large storm.
I'm putting some little cedar leaves into the water just to show the flow of the water.
And you could see the water draining from their downspouts. As soon as it exited, it would curl and rush towards our backyard. We had, I would say, approximately 4 to 5 inches of water and slush pooling. Water was now up against the foundation. The damage was extensive.
Maybe the builder should be talking to the homeowner beside them to say, this is what we're doing. Do you have any concerns? How can I work with you? And vice versa. That means the homeowner should be talking to the builder.
The first words that we uttered to the builder and said, we have water damage, and he hung up on us. I don't know how else to describe it, but he was giving us the finger.
So being the referee means I'm going to step in and say, who's at fault here, and what do we have to do to fix it?
If he says they're not at fault, then that's a blow to us and our lawsuit. But at the same token, I think that we have the relief that he's going to fix it.
How long you been here?
Approximately 10 years.
10 years. And you never had a leak at all in 10 years on your foundation?
Never. It's been completely maintenance-free.
We do have cracking issues here. I can see it at the window. So I'm going to look for any path that is going to come in. That's one of them right there. Now, when you look at a cinder block foundation, this is like a champagne glass. Have you ever piled up champagne glasses and pour your champagne in the top and it trickles down all to fill the other glasses?
Right.
The same effect with a cinder block wall is going to happen that way, and it will find a way to get in if it gets through into the block. Part of what I believe in is to educate everyone. What's wrong with the house? What do you need to do? How to maintain your home? And speaking of maintaining, is that the problem with this house? That home is over 60 years old. Is water coming off the other house and coming into their home simply because a big home was built there? Or is it as simple as a maintenance issue on your own home? I'll find out.
This is where most of the water was here. Again, about 4 to 5 inches of water and slush.
Their property starts to run down to the back, which should actually run water that way. This just appears to be a pooling area here. Don't like that pine tree so close to your house. They have a tendency to put their roots and fingers right down into the weeping tile, block the weeping tile. It doesn't do its job to get out back to the street, and what happens is it starts to push its way back up and possibly get into the house. The window is right at grade, so that's another area that can actually penetrate. You need a little bit of ground maintenance here. You're rotting out on your bottom bed here. You're rotting out on these poles here. Just walking around with Tom and Nell, it was really clear to me. I could see why water can come into the house. I mean, there's no window wells around the windows. The windows are right at grade to the home. It's a cinder block home. They crack easy. I love cinder block, but what if there's a crack in the foundation? Water comes in. At this point right now, I've seen enough, and I can see areas that are penetrating your home. That is a definite, and I'd love to see downstairs if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, so who opened up the wall?
I did.
Okay, the first thing that I see is that block.
Yes.
And that block has continued to crack down the foundation. You've got an issue of water coming in at the window. There's no window well at that window. There's no window well at this window. So there's no controlling of water. And if water can run, it can come in here. Did you call your insurance company when this flooded?
Yes.
Let me guess, because I know the rules. Insurance company says it's leaking from the foundation, there's no insurance.
Exactly. They said it was a maintenance issue, this was seepage. And we disagreed.
Do you know why they do that?
So they don't have to pay us.
Well, I'm telling you that approximately 80% of the houses leak into the foundation. So if they insured leakage from the foundation, they'd go bankrupt because they'd be constantly called fixing problems and would never end. Insurance is for, and I mean, I'm sure if you flooded the bathroom or you did anything else, that's a dummy thing, right? They're gonna come in and fix it. Or if a pipe froze and it burst, they're gonna come in and they're gonna fix it because that's what you're insured for. We've been lucky that he's coming in to fix the problem. He's gonna make it right and gives us that peace of mind. And yeah, we gotta let this go and move on. So here's the story. First starts with a leak right here.
Wow, so this is from probably their tamping, their foundation, when they were doing all that, because that house is, what, 10 feet away at
There's
the
a
most?
crack in the foundation that's been there for years. So that means the crack's here, the crack's on the other side, and you look at the way the side of this house is done, it's the area that water's gonna infiltrate.
Right.
So at a freezing time and a lot of rain coming, water runs across the top of the ground instead of being absorbed into it and ran in here. The water obviously wicked right out to the whole floor.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's look at this now. The basement's half decent.
Yeah.
It's still in great shape. It's a cinder block home.
There's no smell of mold down here?
There's no smell of mold.
No.
I don't want to gut the whole basement.
Right.
We're addressing the foundation from the outside. We're going to repair this area. So should I drop everything? No.
Not if it's good.
So we'll take down the outside wall, the outside wall, the outside wall at this point, see what we look at, whether or not we go further in that room,
Right.
because there's no water in there, and they're going to waterproof it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're not going in that room either? There's no sense, right?
No, let's just go with carpet. We're
Okay.
gonna repair the areas, because there's nothing really wrong with this house other than stopping the water from coming in. Let's work from the outside and correct the inside.
Gotcha, man.
Well, we can see here,
They've parged it.
they parged it in some foundation coating, and in its day, that was the premium package. That was all out for its time, what they've done here. You know, a lot of homes of this age, some of them have just got a thin coat of foundation coating, which is essentially black paint. It will help deter the moisture into the block, but it won't stop any water. It's actually still in the building code today.
And if we're gonna do that, you wanna bring it up at least to the top of that block, right? To have it down there beneath grade level, that's just an area for water to penetrate. And actually, I wanna clean up that backyard to make it look good for the two kids. It hasn't been, let's call it, manicured. Bringing the right guys will make a difference. That's what John does. He's really good at this. Now, what a foolish thing to do. As much as that looks so beautiful, let's put it right beside the house so the homeowner takes a hose and waters the side of the house.
The wood's gonna rot, the rot's gonna stay. It's gonna stay on the block.
So I want that to come out.
Okay.
You can tell the way the grass is that we've got a lot of issues, and I don't know if it's a maintenance issue, but more than anything, a grading issue.
Yes. Let's get this open for the kids. They'll have their deck space, they'll have their walking space. They'll have a nice bright lawn. We'll get some of these trees trimmed back here and bring a bit more light in.